What is up, Mets fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Mets'd podcast. Series win. Don't let the Mets get hot. They've won 4 of their last 5 baseball games, 2 of which against the Atlanta Braves. That's a team that's in the playoff spot right now. But we take 2 of 3 from the Kansas City Royals. Crazy start to the series. Nice end to the series. In between, a lot of good baseball from very specific New York Mets players. And of course, we will talk about AJ Ewing and Juan Soto and all the good guys. Before we get going into it, make sure you are subscribed to the Mets'd podcast over on YouTube. And if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get them, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. Really nice series win after what was a hellish nightmare game on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, whatever happened there. No
bad
worries.
sports all around for us.
Yeah, bad sports all around. Worst softball game of my life. But it was kind of actually fun to watch this Mets team this week. We actually got to time it up because when we went to go play softball, it was like in the 5th inning. So the bad things hadn't really happened yet. We looked at our phones. We're like, what just happened? But I enjoyed watching the Mets on Wednesday and Thursday, which is I couldn't really have said that for most of the last few months. And I was like, I sat down today one. I was like, I'm excited to watch the Mets play baseball. Like, I like the lineup of the team right now. I liked watching the 2 pitchers on the mound the last 2 days. I was like, this is actually a cohesive, coherent baseball team.
Yeah, what's crazy about it is that when this team is getting healthier, and we're seeing the good players that were supposed to be here actually play on this team more often every single day, start to look at this team and go, how the hell are they this bad? Like, I know they're not good yet because the pitching is still an absolute mess, but like, the offense is at least clicking right now, which is really encouraging because that was something that was just so hot and cold for this team, and maybe it still will be down the stretch, but having AJ Ewing being as good as he is, having Juan Soto being as good as he is, Bo Bichette's hitting it really well, Lindor still isn't even really clicking, but like everybody else in this lineup right now is pretty much doing some stuff.
Yeah, I don't think this will be something that's hot and cold moving forward. I think we can actually count on the Mets offense being a strength the rest of the season like it was supposed to be, which is kind of funny. We've taken ourselves out of the OPS league-wide cellar. Woo. We are now 28th in league-wide, team-wide OPS across the league. We are 1 point behind the Blue Jays and 3 points behind the Diamondbacks and Mariners. So we're a stone's throw away right now from having the 25th best OPS in baseball as a team.
Below us?
Guess. 2 teams.
Padres?
Yes.
And who's going to hit worse than the Padres this year?
Another team has fallen like a rock in the last 4 weeks.
And it's not the Braves. So fallen like a rock. Oh, the
Braves
Reds.
No, not the Reds. The Reds are the team. The Reds we're chasing. We want to get to the Reds.
Orioles?
No, not the Orioles. The Reds have a 700 team OPS. I want to be there by the week after the All-Star break.
Who else is falling like the Twins?
No, Twins are surging.
Tigers.
No, Tigers are also surging. No, Angels actually still hit. They just can't pitch.
A's.
No, Guards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just don't even pay attention to the Guardians.
They haven't even had a major league hitter in their lineup yet. And even if you split out for starting with May 1st, the Mets have the 18th best OPS in the league. And
Let's get hot.
If you go to June 1st, it's the 15th best. Right there, 730 OPS of the teams is June 1st. Again, it doesn't feel real because of how poorly this team hit early in the season. But if you look at those lineups compared to these lineups, and then you think about AJ Ewing and what he's doing right now, plus Carson, Benge, Juan Soto being there every day, Bo Bichette having a 320 average and an 850 OPS since June 1st. You're like, oh, yeah, this team can really hit.
Oh, I saw you tweet out, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday night, whatever night it was, about how it's crazy that in this disaster loss season, we're seeing like a 21-year-old pop off and be like a really good player, like a 4 or 5 win per player probably for this team. And it's just going to go completely to waste because we're not going to make the playoffs.
Not going to make the playoffs, but like we need things to hang on to in the lost season. And
yes.
AJ Ewing is something we should be defiantly hanging on to. Like AJ Ewing, as of the game on Wednesday night, he had 5 home runs in 2 weeks. He had home runs in 3 out of 5 games in back-to-back nights. The fact that right now his 162 game pace is something like 20 home runs, 35 steals, 270, 810 OPS, while playing great defense in center field and
second base,
flashing at second base. Like he's probably the best second baseman on the roster defensively, right?
Yeah, I think he probably is.
Like it's just
Beatty hasn't been bad, but he's better.
No, but it's very different. Brett Beatty versus AJ Ewing. I mean, again, like we're maybe this is an entire referendum on how much COVID fucked up these guys' developments, but like or it's just how special of a player and a prospect Ewing is. But it's watching him play, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's ridiculously good. And just to go a little chronological order here, so it started on Tuesday. A.J. Ewing in the leadoff spot, 4 for 4, hit the home run off of Seth Lugo early on, just doing everything that he possibly could to try and make this Mets team win. And to be fair, the offense absolutely showed up. Ewing was incredible. Soto 3 RBIs with that big home run. Who else? Carson Benge 2 for 3 on the day. Like there was just good performances. Jorge Polanco back in the lineup, almost hit a home run. Like the offense was chugging. It was just we couldn't pitch for the life of us. Tyler Tolbert, fucking unbelievable.
Tyler Tolbert's in the history books forever. Major League Baseball, hitting 12 straight at bats. Half of them did not leave the infield, but that's just kind of baseball. I want to get in and out of this game quickly because I wanted to reference other parts of this game later on because we have a few media marvels again, especially about Matt Seelinger, not Seelinger. But the big thing I think to take away from this game is thank you, Austin Warren. It was a nice few months. And Billy Epler somewhere smiling with a really random forearm strain. So the Mets get up a new reliever on Wednesday, which is...
I mean, I don't know how random it truly was, though, because Austin Warren was apparently like inconsolable after like the MRI stuff because he was very worried that he was going to get Tommy John again, and he's already had it, I think, once in his career. So at least, like, for him, he feels good. But, yeah, Austin Warren, 4.6 ERA after this one. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, there was a line from. I mean, he had trade value. Like he probably still has a hint of trade value, but I guess he needs to be healthy. But Will Salmon put a piece in his article about Austin Warren going to the IL. Just a Mets news recap. The Mets putting right-hand reliever Austin Warren on a 15-day injured list, according to people familiar with the situation who are not authorized to speak freely on the topic. The specific nature of the injury is unknown.
Interesting.
That's just a very weird line about
that is a bizarre one.
But again, the big thing to take from this game, apart from A.J. Ewing being awesome, the offense being awesome. I'm really just tired of Kodai Senga. And even more so, I think I'm also getting a little bit tired of the Mets' usage pattern with Kodai Senga.
Well, it makes no sense because for the longest time ever, Kodai Senga basically needed to pitch on 5 days rest. Then all of a sudden he wasn't. Then we're going to just jump to 2026 now, and Kodai Senga's a starter. Not good. Goes to the bullpen. Still using him, though, in a long relief role out of the bullpen. And then he pitches twice in 3 days, basically, and throws... 130, 140 pitches over the 2 days?
I think it was only about 105 because last Friday in Atlanta, I think it was 44, and this was 61, if I remember right. But the whole thing right now with Kodai is are you going to make him reliever or are you trying to keep him stretched out? And it seems like a decision like this means you're in between those two decisions. And
I wonder if that sounds like any other guy in this Mets bullpen right now. Can I find one other player like that?
Yeah, we'll get 5 more minutes and we'll figure that one out. But that one I liked a little more. But especially when he comes down this one, he's not throwing harder than usual. Like we saw him pop a few hundreds last week. And this time he's not 190. I think 99. I don't know. Did he pop 100? I think he did pop 100.
I don't know. He pitches and I get mad. I'm just watching balls getting absolutely tanked off of him.
But this time he's not. So then it's like, what is the actual plan here? I've been saying it since the beginning of the season. I think Kodai still has plenty of value if you want to make him a one-inning reliever. And I think it's a great time to do that because the trade deadline's coming up in just under a month. If you guys didn't know, it's a good time to be like, hey, you could pay this guy $13 million next year, but he might be a shutdown reliever. Like this, remember Luke Weaver? Remember what happened when he went from the bullpen to the rotation in the bullpen?
Yeah, or even if you believe in Kodai still as a starter, okay, grab him for a reliever right now for the rest of the year and then work on it during your spring training, not ours anymore.
So I'm saying you guys can figure this out. He's due a very, very small amount of money next year. It's 13 or 15 million. That's pennies for a guy who had. Did you see what they did in 2023? Did you see that season?
He was one of the 30 best pitchers on the planet.
I'm giving you a bargain. Don't accept this trade right now before I take it back. But it's just painful. So again, I think he is broken mentally. He's pitching poorly physically, and now I think they're not helping the situation either.
No, it's a complete mess, and I'm so tired of watching him pitch for the New York Mets.
Good. But again, it's a shame that this game got so out of control that we couldn't really relish the fact that A.J. Ewing, after a few weeks of playing a lot better, back in the leadoff spot now, just laid a fucking stamp that he's an elite baseball player.
Oh, he's so ridiculously good. Everybody in the lineup got a hit that night except Francisco Lindor.
That was it. I think he reached base, though. Didn't he draw a walk?
He did. He drew a walk.
I want to see. I always like to do this when guys still have small samples and they have huge games. I want to see how much A.J. Ewing's stats change in the one game.
Had to have jumped like 20-something points.
After going 0 for 4 on Monday in that win against the Braves, 259 average, 400 slug, 742 OPS. After 4 for 4 with a home run, up to 276 average, 17 points of batting average, 17 points of on-base percentage. Funny, those have moved up the exact same amount. That's very funny. 31 points of slug, 48 points of OPS.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Unbelievable. But yeah, AJ Ewing, great. It's just a shame that the Mets couldn't win a game where they scored 12 runs.
I think Steve or Gary said that was like one of the first times in history they scored 11 runs at home and did not win.
I think it was the first time. I think they were like, I'm just going to say like 1,000-0, and then that was the first loss where they scored 12.
There's no way the Mets have scored 1,000 runs at home. 11 runs at home.
I'm just saying.
No shot. But it's even shittier now. You look back in the series, you're like, oh, you won the next 2 games. Like, you could actually be riding a 5-game winning streak right now, about to play another awful team in the Red Sox. Because Wednesday was a fun baseball game.
Yeah, Christian Scott, awesome. He looked really, really good again. He was dominant. He struck out Carter Jensen to end the 5th and screamed off the mound. Jensen giving him a little bit of a stare down. James, were you watching this game on TV, or was this radio for you?
I was watching it. It's comfortable. Okay. It was an NBC game.
Did you hear Keith talking about Randy Dobnak? It was driving me fucking insane.
Dude, total opposite. I I loved it so much that
hated it.
I incorporated it into my write-up about Randy Dobnak.
He pitched a hell of a game, Randy Dobnak. Hell of a game by him.
I literally said, this is my description for Randy Dobnak. This is why you guys got to stay on with the Road the World Player news page. And we have our taglines on there, so you can see the ones I wrote. And I like to add a little flair in these. Dobnak put together an old school start, working the edges. Oh, it wasn't even a start. It was appearance. Damn it.
Yeah, not a start.
I'll go back and change that. Working the edges with a sinker and deep array of secondary pitches keep the Mets off the board. Mets announcer Keith Hernandez was particularly impressed by a 10-pitch battle with Juan Soto in the 5th inning, where Dobnak easily could have walked in with 2 outs, nobody on. He definitely could have done that, but kept going after him and eventually forced a pop-up. And so fucking slammed his bat when he did.
Of course, because he watched Randy Dobnak pitch and said, how am I not hitting a nuke off of this guy? Keith was treating him like he was prime Greg Maddux.
Hey, for the families out there looking for a different path to help your child succeed at home, look into K-12 powered schools. K-12 offers tuition-free accredited online public education for students in K through 12, all in a setting that works for your family. Todd, Father, you've done the homeschooling thing in the past. I know you liked it.
Yeah, I did. I liked it a lot. All my kids have done it before. It's an opportunity for them to stay at home and enjoy school just as much. They learn a lot. And this is an opportunity for families that are on the go too as well. They have to understand, listen, can't be at a regular school at all times. I need my child to be doing this, whether it's an athletic career or whatever stature they are at. And we loved every second of it. And I think it is an easy opportunity for some children.
See how K-12 powered schools can help unlock your child's full potential. Enroll today at k12.com/foul. That's the letter K, the number 12.com/FOUL. k12.com/foul.
Keith had an all-time series. We've been saying it. When Keith and Gary are there together without Ron to babysit, it's special. And we'll talk about that. Get back to the media marvels towards the end of this. But it was at the same time frustrating, but also nice to see Christian Scott go up against it and battle. Scott also had almost a 30-pitch second inning. And then he's done this a few times this season when he gets into a lot of trouble early, but just kind of grits and grinds his way through the next few. And I liked how much he went to his cutter in this one, because the fastball sweeper, great. But this time I thought was the best. At least he was the most confident in his cutter that he's been all year. Got a bunch of called strikes, got tons of weak contact. He's thrown it 20% of the time to lefties in 4 straight starts, and this time throwing it 35% of the time to them, his highest since his second start of the year on May 1st.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. I don't love when he uses it against righties. I don't like righty cutters against right-handed batters ever. It feels like Kodai did a lot of that. But I think he
only threw like 4, but I think 2 of them got put into play for hard contact.
I think they got smoked. But yeah, Christian Scott looked great. And like we were talking about, is there another type of guy the Mets are doing the Kodai Senga thing too? Tobias Myers. And what's so confusing about him is, okay, so if he's going to be a 2-inning guy, he's throwing slower than he ever has. The velo is way down. Like, my dad was texting me. He's like, I swear this guy, like, touched 95 in Milwaukee, and he had touched it, but he sat, like, 93.5 to 94. This year, he's in the mid-92s, and most of this game felt like he was touching 91.
Yeah, again, because I think they're also being a little bit irregular with how they're using him in AAA. I think they said he only had 1 appearance the whole time he was down, and he threw. I'll get you the workload of that in a second, and then I was surprised that Gary and Keith were surprised that after Tobias Myers gave up a run, gave up the lead in that 6th inning, he came back out for the 7th when they were mentioning Minter and Rayleigh being available, and Devin Williams and Luke Weaver. All those guys either got Williams only got not available. I take that back. But everyone else was available. Almost everyone else got up in the bullpen that game. And then Myers puts guys on base. But I did like that he kind of, again, gritted his teeth and got through an inning when he put guys on base. He made some big pitches. He hit some spots. And he looked really excited after getting through that.
Yeah, the Mets are showing life, at least considering like where the season's at. I do like seeing the guys care about what's going on, seemingly playing hard throughout the entire game, which is nice. Brooks Raley came in, did a really clean, easy job, nice and easy for Brooks. And then, of course, we had that insane inning where the Francisco Lindor, oopsie, almost came back to bite us, but luckily it did not. We did not have to deal with that.
Wait, so I'm going to go through these Tobias Myers game logs again.
Oh, in Syracuse?
Yeah, so when he went down to Syracuse the first week of June 4th he threw an inning in the third, June 7th he threw 2, June 11th 2 2/3. Then he comes back to the major leagues. After June 7th, he didn't pitch till June 15th where he threw 1 1/3. That was when he got blown up by the Reds.
Yep.
Then 5 days later, came into another blowout against the Phillies, gave up a few runs, 2 1/3. So faced a lot of batters, faced 11 batters, 10 batters. Then the Cubs, again, got smacked around, faced 10 batters over 2 innings. 5 days, that was 3 days later. Then 5 days later, smacked around by the Phillies again. And then he goes back and sits for 6 days, throws 3 innings in the minors, comes back here, throws 2 innings. It seems like he's getting like long reliever workload, but not long reliever consistent appearances.
No, they're fucking around with him. I don't understand why we're completely mishandling Tobias Myers.
And it's at a spot in the season where we keep talking about it. Like, wins and losses don't matter anymore.
No.
What matters is player development. So I like a lot of stuff that Andy Green has said about all of these guys. We'll talk about that later maybe too. But that's why I like. Just send them out there for the second inning. Let them show you something. I was like,
Yes.
if you want to send them out for the third, do that too. I don't care if we win this game. But it was, nice to see him work through that.
Nice to see him work through that. And then Brett Beatty, of course, with the big hit in this one, which was nice. Clearing the bases, which was huge for us. Right? That was this game?
That was this game.
Yeah. Did he clear the bases?
I think so. I think it was bases, 2 guys on, first and second. He got both home.
Yeah, he got the hit in the gap or whatever it was. But Brett Beatty's been swinging the bat better. OPS
2
above
outs.
600.
With 2 outs. This whole thing being a 2-out rally was nice because I feel like we haven't had these all year. And then we did it again on Thursday. Lindor got started. Like you said, though, he wasn't really hustling on the infield hit by Polanco.
No.
And that was a strange look.
I will say, shocked that Gary and Keith did not get on him more. I don't particularly care.
They got him this much.
They said, they made note of it, but then also said, like, Keith kind of like brushed it off. Was like, yeah, but like he should have been out at first by 100 feet. So like, I thought that was an interesting take from Keith, or I just didn't expect it from him.
I'm kind of also more so deferring to their instincts on it. Again, they might know something else about his calf injury right now or what's going on with him that we don't because we're not there. And at the same time, like, you do want to be busting it because you think you have an opportunity to score the run. But a play like that, like, I understand the guy breaking it down.
Yeah, I get it from both sides. Both sides are wrong and right. And then also it doesn't help that the guy running it down first base, busting it, was Jorge Polanco coming back from the injury. I got to say, like, even though like the production hasn't been crazy from Jorge Polanco so far in the very, very small sample, I do like the way that he swings it. I like his at-bats. They're so much better than some of the other guys we've had at DH this year.
No, incredibly competitive at bats, professional. He goes in and takes good swings. Nice having a switch hitter low in the order. Andy Green say lengthens the lineup, which I very much agree with. And also like that this rally, this rally ended, but finished with a Jose Cuas on the mound, Brooklyn's finest.
He's from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Where'd he go to? He went to high school in Brooklyn?
I'll get you right now. I'll figure
Jose
that out.
Cuas. I didn't
I'm pretty sure
know
they
that.
mentioned that in the broadcast yesterday.
If I think Gelbs was talking about it, I just tuned him out.
Grant. Oh my God, my neighborhood.
Yeah?
Grant Street High School. Yeah,
Oh my God! Is that the high school right by where we play softball?
it's close to it.
Oh my God!
It's remarkably close to it. That's crazy. Oh my. So probably knows Alvarado.
I think there's a pretty good chance.
A similar age, and they grew up in a similar neighborhood at a similar time.
At that time, they were also elite athletes. So
Yeah, that's so funny. Wow, I know exactly where this high school is, but I digress.
Other big news in this game: Xavier Curry. He did it.
He did
Got
it.
his appearance. I saw
Came
it.
through. Big one. I mean, it's also nice that they didn't go to Luke Weaver there. Just let the guy's arm rest just in case the Hall comes through.
Just in case, because we're seeing.
on.
I think someone tweeted out. I don't know if this was a real article or not, or what it was, but that the Pirates really want Luke Weaver.
Great. Wow.
Yeah, I really want that 34th overall pick.
Yeah, I want more than that for Luke Weaver for
But
sure.
like one
That's
more
the
thing plus that.
Yeah, that's for Brooks Raley, the 34th overall pick.
okay.
I'm locked in on that. That's
Cool, I'm in.
100% Brooks Raley. Like we're not getting Florentino off them, but who could we get from the
God,
Pirates?
I would love Florentino.
That's not
Please,
gonna-
that's not
gonna
going to happen.
No.
Pirates prospect for Luke Raley.
Luke Weaver.
I
Different baseball
You know what's
player.
crazy? I combined 2 guys on our team's name to make a different baseball player.
I mean, do you try to still bet on traits for Wyatt Sanford?
I don't know much about Wyatt Sanford. I don't think you're going.
You try to get Thomas Harrington as someone who's probably a back end guy, but like he's close, and maybe you can make a change.
Is it time for Antoine Kelly?
I mean, hopefully.
Was he with Milwaukee? Do I have that right?
I mean, I think that might have been a different Antoine Kelly. If that's the same guy, it's definitely a different guy. I think that was Antoine with an I because he had the Racing
Okay.
He had the Racing outlet.
Gotcha. Sammy Stafura, local kid, New York Mets fan growing up.
Really?
Yeah, he DMs me all the time. During the Mets run, he was DMing me. It's very funny. He's in the Pirates org. I forgot about that. They have some guys.
I mean, hey, they got 2 catchers from the Yankees last year for Bednar.
It's true.
Grab one of the catchers, just in case for Francisco Alvarez insurance.
What about Hunter Barco?
I think he's a little too good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Barco and Harrington probably aren't that different. I went for Harrington, but yeah.
All right, that was our
Backhand
random
guys.
trade talk.
A little bit of random trade talk. And then Thursday, shout out Jared Young. Happy birthday, Jared Young.
Shout out Jared Young. Love to see a happy birthday from him. Mets
Two
playing.
2 doubles on his birthday. Gary said the last Met to have 2 extra base hits on the birthday was Luis Guillorme in 2020.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man, what's Luis Guillorme up to?
I think was he the Diamondback system? Did he get cut?
I feel like he was at one point. You know, good for Jared Young, good for Luis Guillorme. A little Mets lore right there.
Guillorme is in AAA with, where is he? Is he on a roster? He might not be on a roster.
It might not be on a roster. Sorry, Luis.
He's not on a roster.
Good dude,
That's sad. Great dude. Awesome dude. Great player.
Great game by the Mets on Thursday as well. Shout out Sean Manaea, 7-inning Sean.
First time since 2024, Manaea got to 7.
And he looked good.
The second time he got to 6 innings in a month. So many strikes. Understood the assignment. Again, not that the Mets were winning this game early, but he just kept it in the zone. Another guy who the cutter looked good, even though the sweeper was kind of wacky. Just this is perfect. This is the Sean Manaea that we kind of all we ever wanted. Mid-rotation Sean.
I think he has to start his spring training in January because he needs a full 3 months before he gets ready to start pitching again.
Well, there's apparently been some murmurs about that.
Really?
The Baseball Prospectus guys had a mention about that in one of the For All You Kids Out There podcasts, that apparently the Mets kind of yanked him around a little bit in the offseason about his training and his program. He started getting ready a little bit too late, but apparently it was possibly under their advice. And
Under the Mets' advice?
Possibly, yeah. And then they assured him that the rotation spot would be fine. Then he still acclimated slowly to the season, and then he got demoted, and it was a whole weird situation.
Well, we should change that because it didn't work.
Yeah, no, whatever they start in January, get ready to go.
I like July Sean. I don't like April, May, June.
I also think it was nice that the Mets got us ready for second base AJ Ewing. Because he will be playing second base probably right after the All-Star break when Luis Roberts activated.
Definitely.
And
He's going to play more than he has already.
he looked legitimately good there. There
course
weren't
he
that
did.
many chances, but that ball he got up the middle from, I don't remember if that was Tolbert or Lofton, whoever it was. I was like, how the fuck did he get to that ball? Like,
He's a good athlete. He's got good range. He can get to a bunch of balls. I love watching AJ Ewing play, and now being able to see him at the major league level play some second base, I fully believe he's going to be completely fine there, if not good at the position.
I almost think that there's a chance that like he could be as good of a second baseman as he's a center fielder. And then we have the opportunity, depending on where Benge winds up defensively, to actually have options with team building over the next 2 years. Or even just late game substitutions, things like this. Be able to mix, match, maneuver, all this stuff. Because he's just a great baseball player.
And you saw the Mets do some maneuvering and changing up the defense too late in the game, where Lindor came in to play shortstop. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I was like, why did they do this?
Yeah. Lindor came in to play shortstop. Brett Baty went back to second, and then AJ Ewing to center field.
Yeah, it was like, was that just to give Lindor to say he got credit for the game because he's missed so many this year? They like to put his games up. I thought, sure, you want him at shortstop. He's better defensively there than Bo. But I was just like, why are we doing all this stuff right now in a 4-run game?
Yeah, it didn't make the most sense, but I like seeing guys moving around.
There's prospect reports up until a year ago that was like AJ Ewing is probably still a better infielder than outfielder.
Very much so. The outfield thing's relatively new for him.
He's just really good at everything. It's just nice to see a player come up and be like, oh, you're really good at everything.
Finishes the series at an 802 OPS. Really damn good.
Crazy. This offense is also, like I said before, this offense is going to get rolling. This at least, we probably got a taste of it with, I think they said it was 6 runs in 5 straight games. We're going to get a taste of this offense, of playing this bullshit chaos baseball. We played 3 of these games in the last week. These 10-8, 14-7s. We're going to start seeing some football scores. And that if you're going to suck, the days when we're going to do chaos pitching, sure. I want to see this offense just mash their way to nonsense.
Well, is that going to lead us a little bit into a media marvel? Because we've talked about it every episode, I feel like, but like I'm watching the Mets right now with such a different outlook than I was even 2 weeks ago with this team. Ever since they fired Carlos Mendoza, the weight's been lifted off my shoulder. But I've been watching this team and like just enjoying watching Mets baseball, even if they're not playing good or they're doing the nonsense. Like, again, can't stand to watch Kodai Senga pitch, but I'm not like mad about it where I'd come onto this podcast and it'd probably bother me until I wake up the next morning.
Yeah, definitely. Like even like as of a week ago, like that series in Toronto, I was like, you couldn't hit then. Why couldn't you hit then? But now you can hit now. I like a lot of things that Andy Green has said. I feel like the team is kind of molding with him a little bit. He talked about Ewing specifically and about Scott and being like, if you want these players to get to the next level, like you have to challenge them like they're competitors. And I do like the fact that that seems to be much more of in their lexicon, in their conversations, where Mendoza every single day felt like, these guys are really good. They're doing really good things. We just need them to turn the corners. Like, no, sometimes you have to push back on them, so they push back on you.
I think seeing again, it's not 100% fair because the team is simply better right now than it was for most of the year that Carlos Mendoza had. But team's got way more juice. There's no doubt about that. There's more pep in the step. There's a little more energy. There's a little more power behind it. And like you said, I like what Andy Green has been saying. I really wish the Mets made the move earlier.
Yeah, I feel like so much of that is also just Ewing and Benge, like getting to this spot.
Of course.
But
look at the opportunity they've now gotten with Andy Green.
Yeah.
So, which, by the way, for all the people talking about that, David Stearns makes the lineup. It's crazy how as soon as the manager changes, the lineups go completely different, and they're much better.
And I really give Andy Green and Carson Benge credit because it must not have been a very easy conversation to put Ewing as the leadoff guy, even though he better profiles as leadoff guy for Carson Benge. I think Benge better profiles as middle of the order guy. Like
100%.
I love him hitting fourth and fifth. What do we always say about the fourth spot of the lineup, Mark?
Second leadoff.
Second leadoff. That's exactly what we need for Carson Benge. 4 second leadoff. And he was great there. But again, like being able to gracefully swap those guys' spots where they're actually fit better, that takes really good communication skills, and it's nice a guy like Andy Green was able to do that, who's probably gotten to know these two guys specifically a bit better than Mendoza actually did, or probably anyone else in that front office around the coaching staff.
Yeah, pretty good chance.
Maybe with the exception of Gomez, because he was I think he crossed over with them in Brooklyn for a year. And
yeah, he might have.
That was like, it's cool to see this, and there's just, when you have guys like this and they're becoming cornerstones and building blocks, a lot was made earlier this week about the Baseball America prospect rankings coming out and the Mets dropping to the 24th ranked farm system. People being like, David Stearns has done it again. But I'm like, wait a second. We graduated like basically 3 top 15 prospects in the whole game this year specifically. If AJ Ewing was still in the minor leagues, if he was still in AAA and he had a 320 batting average there and a 900 OPS, he would be in the futures game this weekend. And the Mets, just with him alone, would probably jump up like 9 spots in that prospect ranking.
Yeah, but James, you lack the ability to understand context. That's why these people that say these things about the Mets farm system and David Stearns and all that. It's because they actually know more ball than you. They definitely didn't forget about all the great young players that literally graduated from the top of the system. Now, devil's advocate, the farm system now that exists is properly ranked at 24.
100%. This season, the Mets system has lacked the growth and development that we would have liked to see, that we saw from a lot of these guys last year, that we were hoping to see more so again. And worse than that, we've had steps back from the guys that we thought would be the next guys on top. Like right now...
Although, hasn't Santucci been hot? Like, hasn't he been actually really good in Double-A?
Blazing hot in Double-A. But Santucci still has the same change-up thing going on right now. But again, being really good results-wise is great because most of the system right now is not. He is someone that can hang our hats on. And like Elian Pena is probably a fringe top 100 guy, but he's been colder since the red-hot start to the season with St. Lucie. Like Tong, I don't think anybody knows what to do with Tong right now.
I don't think he knows what to do.
I think he's the first guy who doesn't really know exactly what to do at this moment. Clifford strikes out half his plate appearances almost for like a month straight. So
laser eye thing did not help.
I thought it did. Really, we're hoping it did. maybe seeing it too well. He's trying to hit it too well. But it's a weird time right now, but I do think that it's really easy to forget. And we said this 2 episodes ago, last week, whenever it was. Like how much young talent's actually on this roster right now, and that's something to hang hats on.
It's a very, very young lineup. Like today, let's do the lineup that had Lindor.
You probably didn't need the second one very.
What do you...
You said very, very young. It's very young.
Well, I don't know, because listen, like AJ Ewing's 21?
Yeah.
Juan Soto's 27.
Yeah.
But Bichette's 28.
Yeah.
Okay. Lindor's 31, 32.
Yeah, something like that.
Carson Benge's 24.
I think it's still 23 now.
23, 24. He's young. Jorge Polanco's in his 30s. We know that. Jared Young is 30, I believe.
Turned 31 today.
Nice. Brett Beatty's 27 or 28.
I don't want that to
And
be true.
Francisco Alvarez is 24. Like, that's the oldest guy in this lineup is Francisco Lindor every single day. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, Beatty is 26. Again, who knows what's going to happen with the future of a guy like him, guys like Vientos who are young, but not really holding our breath for either of those guys to become everyday dudes. But just simply having building blocks of Ewing and Benge, I think that should really ease fans' minds about the fear of where this farm system ranking has gone.
Yeah, I would hope so. Like right now, we're in a spot where like it would be great to have a still an incredible farm system, but we got bigger problems right now.
There's a conceivable chance that neither of those two guys will have come up this year, just based on how recently they were drafted and how quickly they accelerate through the system. If those two were both in AAA right now, top 10 farm system.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. That's why this like rankings are kind of stupid.
They'd be like, the Mets have 2 top 10 prospects. It's one of the best farms in baseball.
Just humor me for a second here. I was talking fantasy baseball trades with someone and in a dynasty league, and I want Vladdy because I think Vladdy's going to pop off here. I think it's happening anytime soon. And I was like, I'll give you Jackson Merrill for him. He's like, I want prospects. Like, he'd be the number 1 prospect in baseball. He's 23 years old. Like,
well, I think that's a big miss with a lot of people in dynasty baseball. They really overshoot for prospects and undershoot for just young baseball players.
Yeah, I'm like, Jackson Merrill is 23 years old and plays every single day in center field for the Padres. It's not a great year, but that would be one of the top prospects in the league if he was in AAA.
Oh, 100%. Oh, easy. Top 2, top 3 prospect. That's fun. I'm excited for the Futures game this weekend. I'm really happy that Major League Baseball did a whole stack of games during it again.
And stacked every single game in baseball during the MLB draft. Why when we have an all-star game weekend, an all-star game break, and we go, but we don't want it too much of a break. Not for certain days to have their certain things.
We want to make sure we're not highlighting this. And you even see, this is way off. This is one of the most off-topic baseball things we've ever done on this podcast. Did you see they're changing the bat regulations in high school?
Insane. Dude, they're going to be able to swing -5s and -6s.
-6s.
That's insane.
Someone's going to get hurt, like, really badly.
Oh,
And
someone's going to die.
a friend of mine, Nate Schwartz, who great writer, writes for Pitchers List, he was like, at a time when Major League Baseball is trying to get rid of 18-year-olds, high school kids in the draft, when they're totally changing the types of bats they're allowed to use, really make it much more difficult to evaluate them.
Yeah, of course.
So that's like a tinfoil cap moment for all the bullshit going on in Major League Baseball right now. But the other 2 media marvels, and we'll get you guys out of here, preview the series. I think we probably got Frankie. But,
yes.
There was a really cool moment for the Mets on Tuesday where we mentioned it before.
Yes.
31-year-old, longtime minor league journeyman, been tons of organizations, but grew up on Long Island. Matt Seelinger Mets acquired him from the Tigers last week, and he came up to pitch his major league debut. And in his first inning, got rocked. Shit happened. Got crushed. Whatever. And then, you know what? This dude had the mettle, the aplomb to come back out the next inning after getting lit up in his major league debut. And he threw a scoreless inning.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's incredible achievement for that dude. He got to the major leagues. He pitched for his hometown team. I know literally that he had tons of people, friends from other organizations, family in the stands. And then for some reason, a lot of the usual suspects right now in the Mets beat world who just have like Frank the Tank disease are...
And he did it as well, talking about like, who's this dude from Farmingdale State College? Like, the season's fucking over. Like, how about how cool of a story it is about that this guy made it to the majors? Yes, in a perfect world, I don't ever want to be the team where we're doing these kind of things and having these kind of moments. It would be great if we just had winning, but this team's not doing that. So to dump on this kid, like, I don't get it. Or I guess he's older than me, but...
Yeah, I mean,
it's even cooler.
Yeah, great. Like, imagine if you debuted next year.
I'd be the happiest fucking person ever. I'm good. That's it.
But like, even like I'm gonna just call out one person by name, Mike Vaccaro from the Post. Like, he seems like another quality pickup for David Stearns, and it's like, dude, like, read the room for a second. Like, sure, I don't think anybody thought that. Yeah, he's not even. I'm not even gonna blame Mike Vaccaro for going for engagement. I don't even think he cares about that.
I think he's an idiot.
It's just, I don't think he's an idiot. I think it's just someone being very negative about the job of the front office and their very, very, very disappointing season. But you're misconstruing where your anger should be going and where it should be coming from, and now you're kind of dumping on a dude who grew up a Mets fan on Long Island, who made his major league debut after like a lot of hard work to get there. It was a really shitty comment.
He did something that not many people in the history of the world have ever done, which is throw a scoreless inning at the major league level.
No, it's unreal. And Steve Gelb said yesterday that inside that clubhouse and the bullpen, they were really commending him. And you make a outing like that, after that first inning, you're cut.
Yeah,
like
you're not making it.
You're not going to be on the team tomorrow. There's no chance. And to still have like the mental fortitude to throw that scoreless inning, then get the commendations from the rest of that bullpen. It's a cool ass moment. Truthfully.
Apparently told it. He's like, send me back out there. I want to go. Send me back out there. I'm going to do this. And he went scoreless. And apparently all the guys after the game came up to him and were like, you fucking rock. Like you did so much for us. And look, it helped the Mets win the rest of the series, by the way. Him just taking another inning, the arms were fresh for the rest of the series, which was a huge problem going into Tuesday.
No, it does something, and that's a cool moment. Even a team like this can rally around. Like, damn, like look at this opportunity we have. Like on top of the changing mental dynamics with the firing of a manager, like any little bit helps for a team that's been in this much disarray all season. So it was cool to have that moment, and it was really cool for Seelinger to throw that second inning scoreless.
Yeah, no, love to see that. All the tweets shitting on him, lame.
Mark Vientos, fractured, bone in his hand, hit by pitch.
I guess he will be on the Mets this year for the rest of the season.
Onto the injured list.
That answers that one.
Who even comes up?
Ryan Mauricio?
Yeah, I guess Ryan Mauricio just comes back up.
Because I think because of the injury and how many days he's been sent down, I actually think his option doesn't get used. There's a weird clause with that.
Oh, no, it's going to be Christopher Morel. They're going to want to bring up a righty.
Oh, Christopher Morel season. Let's go.
Like, you're not going to bring up backup Melendez and Mauricio because they're going to hit lefties. You want someone who can be in the lineup against lefties. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. All right, well, that's going to be
We got Wagaman.
Something. Yeah, we got Wagaman. Wagaman time once again. And then last thing I want to mention is because it went obnoxiously viral. Keith and Gary, when they're in the booth together, they're going to be talking about nonsense.
That was an all-timer from Keith, talking about how the lineage of his name is burnt out. It's over. It's done.
I got it here. So this is from the game on this was actually Tuesday night.
Yes.
This is when the game was tied in the 6th inning, 9-9. Keith goes into a diatribe with Gary. My two were in their 40s. They're not going to have kids. I won't go into it with one of them. It's not going to happen. So the line is burnt. It's burnt. It just burned down. Keith talking about that his lineage will not persist. And I have not seen many baseball tweets go this viral in a long time. It got people commenting from like the manosphere, from like the political realm. Like a lot of the Mets people jumped in and I had a good quote tweet of it. Like it was really dark, but really funny. And that's kind of great.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a season that's lost. Those are the quotes I like from Keith way more than I like him glazing Randy Dobnak.
I like them both. Again, so it's all in the same. And then him and Gary talking about Casey Stengel today and talking about Jewish summer camp for kids in the city. Like all of it goes together. And you kind of forget that if you're not watching these Mets games every day, these other broadcasts aren't doing this stuff.
No, of course not. Who are we talking to that said that their friend... Oh, shout out our buddy Clay. He said his friend from...
Atlanta
was watching the Mets-Braves game with him at his family's house, and he really got to hear Gary, Keith, Ron for the first time, and he goes, wow, they're incredible. He's like, these guys are the best.
There's a great quote here from Dave Sessions, who's been he's been working MLB.com for a long time. He goes, I'm an outlier in this. I actually enjoy a little existential nihilism on my broadcast. Vin Scully's famous line. He's listed as day to day. Aren't we all? But like, it's fun. Like, there's 162 baseball games. Like yesterday for the Rangers, they were down 11-0 in the 8th inning. They're doing tarps off, 3 sections in the upper deck. And it wasn't even just like the young college kids going tarps off. I saw a few like 30s, 40s, 50 dudes, bellies, gray hairy chests. And Kyle Higashioka comes in to pinch hit for Jock Peterson because Higashioka is the designated position player pitcher.
Oh, okay.
And they were getting smoked by the Angels. Higashioka comes in, hits a home run, makes 11-1. And fireworks, the tarps off guys are acting like they just won the World Series. And Higashioka comes on the mound, hits the first batter, gives up 2 runs, gets a double play to get out of the inning. And they were just funny. Like, it's just, I don't know, 162 games, the Mets season's fucked. Like, it's good to have some fun with this stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to have fun watching the Mets now. And the lineup and the AJ Ewing and Carson Benge and watching Juan Soto be the best player in baseball right now. Like, that's really fun to watch.
It's at least a really good reason to tune in, and those guys give you a real extra bonus to tuning in.
All right, James, next series coming up. We have got the awful Boston Red Sox at home. But first, Mets'd Up is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs. Anyone you're feeling against the Red Sox for a little? I mean, Juan Soto probably, right?
I mean, you can't really bet against Juan Soto right now, even though this Red Sox team is lefty heavy, but I think we're only getting one of those guys. Just across the league. I mean, I don't know. Definitely Soto.
Definitely Soto. So are you ready to play your game? Head over to FanDuel.com/podcast to get started. That's FanDuel.com/podcast to opt in for daily dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Play ball and swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball. All right, what are the pitching matchups, James? You said we're not getting all the lefties.
Yeah, so we definitely are getting Sonny Gray on Friday, and right now as the schedule lines up, we're getting Peyton Tolley on Sunday.
Ooh.
Saturday.
I try to get there.
Yeah, you're interested to get there? Which one
I
of those?
can't do that. I can't do it Sunday. I got to be on a boat.
You're doing a boat Sunday? We're doing a boat.
DC's got a friend's birthday.
I was
They
gonna
have
say,
the exact same birthday.
this is the biggest birthday celebration ever. But we're going to get... So who pitched? So if we're getting Sonny Gray Friday, he last pitched for them on Saturday.
Oh, no, Sandoval's pitching today.
Oh, Patty Sandoval's back?
Patrick Sandoval pitched today against the White Sox.
Shout out the Irish Panda.
So then we would get... Are we going to get Ranger?
I think we're going to get Ranger, but didn't he go on the injured list with a groin?
He's
So I
not
guess-
on it officially yet.
Okay, so I guess then we will get him, but maybe they haven't formally announced that yet. So I guess we are scheduled to get the two lefties then, but then we're going to have McLean Friday, Freddie Saturday, Sunday, chaos, bullpen game.
Man, I'm so happy I'm busy on Saturday.
Yeah, right. I mean, Saturday, 4 o'clock Saturday, lots going to be going on. I'm going to need SL Mets on the phone.
Yeah,
but
you're going to be locked in.
locked in. It's coming home. But this Red Sox team is, of course, playing the best ball of their season lately.
Of course.
2 weeks ago, they swept the Yankees. After that, they lost the series to the Nationals. And then now since, they swept the Angels. And right now, they're playing the White Sox with a chance to sweep them and are winning 2-1 in the 8th inning. And they're, as a team, they pitch really, really well.
They do.
Everything else, big question marks. But Peyton Tolley, we're going to see on Sunday, is awesome. Sonny Gray's had an amazing season. If Ranger Suarez is healthy enough to pitch, I'm going to check on right now. He's also had an amazing season, and we know the fits Ranger Suarez can put you in as an opposing fan. And then the other side of the ball, questions.
Yeah, they don't really hit, and Wilson Contreras got hurt and has to serve his suspension at some point.
Suarez on the injured list officially today.
Okay, so then we're not seeing Ranger Suarez. We're probably going to see Brian Bayo then.
Yeah, we might see Brian Bayo.
Who's been...
sorry. That's the Soto game.
That's the Soto game. You better be taking him on FanDuel. I think Wilson Contreras is going to have to serve his suspension soon as well.
I think it's still an appeal, but the appeal got brought down today from 7 games to 5. So, yeah, maybe we won't even see him.
That would be great. That would really help the Mets win some baseball games, that's for sure.
Wilson Contreras is by far, he's not in the lineup today, so I guess it began today. So, yeah, we're not going to see Wilson Contreras this weekend. He's been by far the Red Sox best hitter. Not even close.
Other names to keep an eye out for, Ceddanne Rafaela. His bats are chaos, but he plays
They have been better.
They've been better, but they're still chaos. He plays up there, closest to Pete Crow Armstrong in terms of center field defense.
No, he's a really, really fun player. And this year, this is so far the most consistently he's ever gotten on base as a big leaguer. That's a big deal for him. He's got great speed. And again, like Mark said, chaos, but plenty of power and speed there. Caleb Durbin, who was part of one of the worst moves. Mets fans, it's easy to forget how bad other teams' off seasons were as well.
Yes.
The Red Sox traded Kyle Harrison, who he now has some elbow soreness, but I think he still might be an all-star alternate, for Caleb Durbin, who has...
And Andrew Monasterio.
And Andrew, I forgot
and
totally
they gave Shane
Andrew.
Drohan, who's also been great.
Shane Drohan, who's also in the Brewers rotation. He's really good. But Durbin, heading into like the middle of June, was like a 190 batting average and 500 OPS. Now he's hit much better lately. He's become a very consistent performer for them, but he's a very fun new one. And we don't have any lefties on the mound this series,
I don't think so. So we won't see Romy.
No, Romy's terrifying.
Might get some Sung Chae Chang, though.
Yeah, we might get Sung Chae Chang, former Met legend.
Is he a Met legend?
Yeah.
No.
I think he was in the system for like 9 days.
Sung Chae Chang? I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to take... Maybe in the spring. He's never played a game for a Mets affiliate.
Well, Abreu, solid player as well. Good outfield defender, despite that horrible throw he made 2 weeks ago on Sunday Night Baseball against the Yankees. I don't know what was going on there. Similar to the Jack Caglione throw against Carson Benge on Tuesday.
That Little League home run was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. But Red Sox also they have a good bullpen. Tyrone Guerrero throws 102 miles an hour. Garrett Whitlock is nasty. Aroldis Chapman still throws 100 miles an hour. This team is everything except the lineup.
Yeah, and I don't know. Mets played the baseball that they did against the Royals and the Braves. I think they could win this series very easily.
Yeah, and you know what? There's some people online who are talking about the concept of tanking right now.
Yes.
Like, oh, the Mets are having these great games for the tank. Fuck that shit. This is
what are
baseball.
we talking about? Yeah.
I don't care. Like, sure, if we get a top 6 pick, we don't get the penalty. What? You know what? What fucking ever. I'd like to see this team play better than 500 baseball with the new manager, have momentum going into next year. Because even if you feel like a season's over early, you set the tone for the next season. Seeing what the Marlins are doing right now, to a lesser degree, the Pirates, 2 years ago, the Blue Jays. You can't really play good baseball without playing good baseball. And if you look at this Mets team, it's going to be all the same guys next year.
For all the people that hate how the Mets played early in the year and then the non-hustle and this and that, you want to see the Mets go out and win games and miss the playoffs by like 5 games and be like, damn, what a waste of a season. That's what you should want.
I want to feel even worse in September when the Mets actually grind out to get the 76 wins. And that makes me feel miserable.
It's going to hit like crack.
Yeah, that's going to be perfect. And even just one last thing, I totally forgot to mention it. For all the Mets fans that were chanting for Brandon Nimmo's name the other night.
What the fuck was that?
What is wrong with you guys? Are you not... Well, first of all, it's disrespectful to the 2 breakout stars on this team, and Carson, Benge, and AJ Ewing.
Outfield's been the least of our problems.
Since AJ Ewing came up, the Mets have, I think, a top 3 outfield by both accumulated WAR total and by OPS in all of baseball.
What if I told you that every single Mets outfielder, including Carson, Benge, and AJ Ewing, have a by far better stat line than Brandon Nimmo this year? Like, what are we chanting that for?
Well, I guess we're chanting that because if Brandon Nimmo was still here, AJ Ewing would still be in the minor leagues, and the Mets would have a higher ranked farm system.
That's true. I forgot.
So keep that in mind.
That's actually the perfect way I want to end it. Remember, we could have had a higher ranked farm system if we kept Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, and again, fine to miss Nimmo. He was a great Met, but to be chanting his name during a game where AJ Ewing had the best game of his career, you guys are not ball knowers.
Mets fans have been having bad looks recently. Not good.
Not you guys listening to this. You know the people
Mets
we're talking
rocks.
about.
Yeah.
No. Besides, maybe some of the people get the YouTube algorithm a day late, and you guys are in our comments and you let us know about it. So I'm not afraid to miss it.
Yeah, but
I love you guys listening.
Frankie Peppers.
Even if you guys hate us, we're happy you listen.
Yeah, we got Frankie Peppers.
No Frankie today.
That's okay.
Got on too quick. Frankie, we're sorry. Whenever you send me the voicemail, I'll let you know. But sorry you missed it.
Big shout out to my girlfriend. Happy birthday to her. Turning 30 today. Joining the club like the rest of us. We're going to have some fun. Go eat some food.
You just said her age.
Why? What can I say that?
Oh, it's horrible. I don't know. Usually, I feel like that's a no-go zone.
Bleep it out.
Yeah, honestly, maybe I will bleep it out.
Is that bad?
I mean, honestly, bleeping it might be even funnier because I might be looking like I'm trying to save you because you may be doing something bad.
Well, it's funny at the end of the day, so that's good.
Yeah.
But happy birthday to her.
Enjoy it.
And subscribe to Mets'd Up. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at...
James Shiano.
Yeah, it was stupid. At Draft Network. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. Let's go, Mets.